I've been hearing quite a few people on both sides of the aisle talk about Trump running again in 2024. Those people on our side of the aisle are excited about it. Those on their side of the aisle want to convict Trump in the Senate after he becomes a private citizen so that he can never hold office again. A Democrat senator from Hawaii, Mazie Hirono, said this much in an interview on CNN.
The second part that's important, Don, is to prevent the president from ever holding public office again.
Trump is not going to run for office again in 2024. It's just not going to happen. He'll be 78 years old, which is way too old to put up with the nonsense he had to put up with this time. Those on the left who think he will are showing their fear. And it's not that they're scared of just Trump holding office again. They're scared of someone who can rally the blue-collar working class. They fear us rising up against their political agenda. They're focused on Trump right now because he was able to do it. Look, what President Trump was able to accomplish in one term with most of Washington and their media against him was remarkable. And most voters approve of the business he got done. However, they don't approve of his presidency overall because of the constant demonization of his character and his intentions. And Trump ain't going to put himself through that again. Trump never praised white supremacists after Charlottesville. He never called all Mexicans rapists. He didn't collude with Russia in 2016. He didn't ban Muslims from coming to our country. And he didn't build or run concentration camps on our southern border. But if you believed all that nonsense, you could not possibly approve of the job a man like that has done. It doesn't matter that Trump achieved the lowest minority unemployment rate in history. The Democrats and their media told you he's a racist. It doesn't matter that he brokered peace between Israel and 3 Arab nations with others expected to follow suit. The Democrats and their media told you he's a xenophobe. It doesn't matter that Trump was tougher on Russia than the president before him. The Democrats and their media told you he was Vladimir Putin's puppet. And it doesn't matter that he hasn't started a single war. The Democrats and their media told you that he's too dangerous to have the nuclear codes. Don't think for a second that them demonizing their opposition will stop. It won't. And Trump running in 2024 would just be crazy. I mean, have you tried to talk about political violence with a Democrat now that they've finally become so outspoken against it? They still refuse to talk about all the political violence that was perpetrated by the left. And they'll demonize you and shut you down if you try to discuss it with them. The vast majority on our side have been consistently against political violence. Most on the left have not, and they don't want to answer why they haven't been consistent on the issue. So they deny it or demonize us or accuse us of whataboutism to shut us down. Joe Biden went so far as to say that these people don't exist. He says Antifa is just an idea and not an organization.
Antifa is an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you got to be
not
kidding.
militia.
Now here's CNN doing a story about an Antifa organization.
It's 6 a.m. in Portland, Oregon, and we're headed to a bar with blacked out windows.
They wanted to meet us really early in the morning because they're concerned about a lot of people being around.
We are meeting members of the Rose City Antifa, short for anti-fascist. This group's main goal is to disrupt neo-Nazis and white supremacists, but also take on government and capitalism.
And when an imaginary group like this one was destroying Seattle night after night, Trump wanted to send federal police officers in to stop it. And Nancy Pelosi referred to those officers as stormtroopers.
It's very, very important. The use of stormtroopers under the guise of law and order.
Do you get that reference? Stormtroopers were soldiers for the Empire in Star Wars. Darth Vader led the Empire's eradication of the Jedi Order. His allegiance was to the evil emperor, and his will was to crush the rebel alliance. In an attempt to shut down debate and smear the president, Pelosi compared our federal law enforcement officers to soldiers of the evil empire whose goal was to kill the good guys. And in this case, the good guys were Antifa, people that openly brag about committing violence to fight against capitalism, people that our soon-to-be president won't even admit are real. Nancy Pelosi compared Trump to Darth Vader and our federal government to the evil empire. Think about that. Why would he want to do this all over again? He doesn't. Possibly if he was younger, but I still doubt it. He's done his part. He took on the Washington establishment under the most hostile of political environments. He's shown us how valuable being tough really is. And he's shown us that we can right this ship. So even if he's allowed to, Trump's not going to run again in 2024. He's sacrificed enough. I'm afraid that there will have to be another leader emerge that's just as brave and willing to take on the hatred and false accusations that the Democrats and their media will undoubtedly throw their way. I know it's hard to see anyone stepping into that role right now, but Donald Trump has earned his time to relax. We'll have to find a new champion in 2024. And that's the simple truth. Now, let's discuss this in the comment section below. How many of you think I'm wrong and that Trump will run again? Or if you agree with me, who do you guys have your eye on for 2024? Dan Crenshaw, Nikki Haley, Kristi Noem, Donald Trump Jr.? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to become a supporting member of Blue Collar Logic, click on the link in the description and give what you can.